A warm greetings to all. I'm Mrs. Deepa J, Nursing Tutor, Department of Fundamentals of Nursing, Faculty of Sri Balaji College of Nursing, Cronbridge, Chennai. My course name is Anatomy and Physiology, and my topic is Physiology and Mechanism of Respiration. The mechanism of respiration involves the breathing mechanism and gas exchange. The gas exchange occurs by diffusion in the alveoli. It depends upon the pressure differences between blood and tissues or atmospheric air and blood. The exchange of gases takes place at the surface of the alveolus. Here, the mechanism of respiration involves two main actions. First one is breathing mechanism and the next one is exchange of gases. The exchange of gases will be takes place in the alveolus. Here we can see the anatomy of the respiratory system. The respiratory system starts with the nasal cavity. Through the nose, we are inhaling oxygen. This is the nasal cavity and this is the pharynx and this one is larynx. Larynx is mainly responsible for the human speech. This hollow tube-like structure is called trachea. The trachea is divided into two, that is bronchus, directly connects into the lungs. We are having two lungs, right lung and left lung. In lungs, we are having pleural cavity. Below the lung, we are having muscular structure that is called diaphragm, which is responsible for the inspiration and expiration, and also it separates the thoracic cavity and the abdominal cavity. These are all the anatomy of the respiratory system. The respiratory system is mainly divided into two. First one is upper respiratory system and lower respiratory system. In upper respiratory system, we are having nasal cavity, sinuses, pharynx and larynx. Nasal cavity. Inside the nose, the sticky mucous membrane lining the nasal cavity traps dust particles, and tiny hairs called cilia help move them to the nose to be sneezed or blown out. Here we are having nasal cavity, thick mucous membrane that will protect us from inhalation of the dust particles. If dust particles goes inside, automatically we will be sneezed or blown out. Next one is the sinuses. These air-filled spaces alongside the nose help make the skull to be lighter. The sinuses are situated both sides of the nose and this will helpful for the skull to be lighter. And it is also air-filled. Next one is the pharynx. In pharynx, both food and air pass through the pharynx before reaching their appropriate destinations. The pharynx also plays a role in speech. Next one is the larynx. The larynx is essential to human speech. These are all the organs in the upper respiratory system. Next one is the lower respiratory system. In lower respiratory system, the organs like trachea, lungs, bronchi, and diaphragm. These organs will be situated in thoracic cavity. The lower respiratory tract composed of the trachea, lungs, and all segments of the bronchial tree, including the alveoli. The organs of the lower respiratory tract are located inside the chest cavity. Next one is the trachea, located just below the larynx. The trachea is the main airway to the lungs. Next one is the lungs. Together, the lungs form one of the body's largest organs. They are responsible for providing oxygen to capillaries and exhaling carbon dioxide. In lungs, the main function of the lungs is inhalation of oxygen and exhalation of carbon dioxide from our body. Next one is the bronchi. The bronchi branch from the trachea into the each lung and create the network intricate passages and that supply the lungs with air. In bronchi, the branches will be there in alveoli, that is mainly used for gas exchange. Next one is the diaphragm. The diaphragm is the main respiratory muscle that contracts and relaxes to allow air into the lungs. Next we can see what is respiration. Respiration is simply defined as the exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide into the body. Respiration is taking a breath or the act of breathing. An example of respiration is inhaling and exhaling air. In air breathing, vertebrates respiration takes place in the lungs. Respiratory system. The respiratory system, which includes air passages, pulmonary vessels, the lungs, and breathing muscles, aids the body in the exchange of gases between the air and blood, and between the blood and the body's billions of cells. Most of the organs of the respiratory system help to distribute air, but only the tiny grape-like alveoli and the alveolar ducts are responsible for actual gas exchange. Next we can see the functions of respiratory system. The main functions of the respiratory system are to obtain oxygen from the external environment and supply it to the cells and to remove from the body the carbon dioxide produced by cellular metabolism. The physiology of respiration. The entire physiology of respiration involves following steps. First one is breathing or pulmonary ventilation. external respiration, transport of oxygen to tissues, internal respiration, transport of carbon dioxide from tissues. The first function is pulmonary ventilation. This is movement of air into and out of the lungs. Breathing supplies oxygen to the alveoli and eliminates carbon dioxide. The main muscles involved in breathing are the intercostal muscles and the diaphragm. There are 11 pairs of intercostal muscles occupying the spaces between the 12 pairs of ribs. They are arranged in two layers, the external and internal intercostal muscles. The diaphragm is a dome-shaped muscular structure separating the thoracic and abdominal cavities. We are having 11 pairs of intercostal muscles that is divided into two internal intercostal muscles and external intercostal muscles. So the diaphragm is a dome-shaped muscular structure that is separating the thoracic and the abdominal cavity, mainly used for the respiration. Pulmonary ventilation. Breathing depends upon changes in pressure and volume in the thoracic cavity. Since air flows from an area of high pressure to an area of low pressure, changing the pressure inside the lungs determines the direction of airflow. Breathing involves two processes. The breathing divided into two processes. First one is the inspiration and next one is the expiration. During inspiration, we are inhaling oxygen through the nose. During the inspiration, the thoracic cavity will be expands and the external intercostal muscles will be contracted. The diaphragm also contracts. During expiration, we are exhaling carbon dioxide. The thoracic cavity will be reduces and the external intercostal muscles will be relaxed and the diaphragm also relaxed. These are all the actions will be takes place during the inspiration and expiration. Next, what are the muscles involved during the inspiration? Muscles of normal tidal inspiration. First one is diaphragm and next one is external intercostal muscles. The accessory muscle of inspiration is first one is sternocleidomastoid muscle, scalene and serratus anterior, pectoralis major and pectoralis minor, and laryngeal muscles. These are all the muscles involved during the inspiration. It takes place when the volume of thoracic cavity is increased and the air pressure is decreased. Simultaneous contraction of the external intercostal muscles and the diaphragm expands the thorax. As the diaphragm and external intercostals contracts, moves downward, lung volume will be increased. The inspiration involves the following events. First of all, the external intercostal muscle contracts and internal intercostal muscles relaxes Due to contraction of external intercostal muscles, the ribs is pulled upward, resulting in increase in thoracic cavity size. The thoracic cavity further enlarges due to contraction of diaphragm, lowering the diaphragm, and increases the size of thoracic cavity. With increase in size of thorax, lungs expand simultaneously. As lungs expands, the air pressure is reduced. So equalize the pressure, atmospheric air rushes inside the lungs. These are all the events will be takes place during the inspiration. Next, we can see the expiration definition. It takes place when the size of the thoracic cavity is reduced and air pressure is increased. Next, we can see what are all the muscles involved in the expiration. Muscles of forced expiration. Here we can see the internal intercostal muscles. Next, what are the abdominal muscles? First one is rectus abdominis. The next one is external obliques. And next one is internal obliques. And the next one is transverse abdominis. These are all the muscles will be involved during the expiration. Next, expiration involves the following events. The first event is the internal intercostal muscle contracts and external intercostal muscles relaxes. Due to contraction of internal intercostal muscle, ribs are pulled inward, resulting in decrease in size of thoracic cavity. Furthermore, the diaphragm is pushed upward due to its relaxation. With the decrease in size of thoracic cavity, the lungs is compressed. As the lung is compressed, pressure will be increases. So the forced outside. These are all the events will be takes place during the expiration. External expiration. This is the exchange of gases by diffusion between alveoli and blood in the alveolar capillaries across respiratory membrane. Diffusion of oxygen and carbon dioxide depends on pressure differences. Example, between atmospheric air and the blood or blood and the tissues. Gas exchange during the respiration process takes place in the alveolus and its surface that separates the alveolus with the capillary. The exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide through diffusion, which in the net movement of gas molecules from a region that has a higher partial pressure to another region that has a lower partial pressure. The venous blood in alveolar capillaries contains high level of carbon dioxide and low level of oxygen. In the venous blood, we are having high level of carbon dioxide and low level of oxygen. The carbon dioxide then diffuses from higher level, that is venous blood, to lower level in the alveoli until equilibrium is maintained. By the same process, oxygen diffuses from alveoli to venous flat until equilibrium. These are all the events will be takes place during the external inspiration. Next, transport of oxygen to tissues. Oxygen is carried in the blood to the tissue in two form. That is, oxygen plus hemoglobin is called oxyhemoglobin. That is 98.5%. It is a chemical combination of oxygen with hemoglobin. That is Hb4 oxyhemoglobin. That is Hb4 plus 4 oxygen molecules is combined with oxyhemoglobin, that is Hb4 plus oxygen 8. This is the transport of oxygen to the tissues. Next one is steps of respiration. Pulmonary ventilation, movement of air in and out of the lungs passage, that is thorax and diaphragm. External respiration, the exchange of gases between air and blood at pulmonary capillaries in the alveoli. Transport of gases through the blood vessels, that is internal respiration and cellular respiration. Functions of respiratory system. The main functions of the respiratory system are to obtain oxygen from the external environment and supply it to the cells, and to remove from the body the carbon dioxide produced by cellular metabolism. The functions of the respiratory system involves the exhalation of the carbon dioxide through the cellular metabolism and the inhalation of the oxygen and supply it to the tissues. Solution in plasma water, that is 1.5%. Oxygen dissolves in plasma of blood and carried to tissues. When the level of oxygen is high in blood, it combines with hemoglobin to form oxyhemoglobin. Oxyhemoglobin is unstable and under certain conditions are readily dissociates, releasing oxygen. Factors that increases dissociation include low level of oxygen and low level of pH and raised temperature. These roles will happen in the solution of plasma water. Next one is the internal respiration. In internal respiration, the exchange of gases takes place in tissues, so also known as cellular respiration. In tissue, oxygen carried in the form of oxyhemoglobin get dissociated to liberating free oxygen, that is oxyhemoglobin. This is the chemical combination of oxygen and hemoglobin, that is called oxyhemoglobin. This will be dissociated to give oxygen and hemoglobin. The next one is the external respiration. In external respiration is the formal term of gas exchange. It describes both the bulk flow of air into and out of the lungs and the transfer of oxygen and carbon dioxide into the bloodstream through the diffusion. Next, we can see what are the abnormalities in the breathing pattern. The first one is the apnea. Apnea means absence of breathing. There is no respiration will be takes place in the lungs. Next one is the eupnea. This one is the normal breathing. Next one is the orthopnea. Only able to breathe comfortable in upright position, such as sitting in the chair or Fowler's position. Unable to breathe in lying down position. Next one is the dyspnea. Subjective sensation related by patient as to breathing difficulty, paroxysmal nocturnal dyspnea, attacks of severe shortness of breath that wakes a person from sleep such that they have to sit up to catch their breath. Common in patients with congestive heart failure, that is called paroxysmal nocturnal dyspnea, mainly seen in patients with congestive heart failure. Next one is the tachypnea, is the condition that refers to rapid breathing. The normal breathing rate for an average adult is to 12 to 20 breaths per minute. In children, the number of breaths per minute can be higher resting rate than seen in the adult. Bradypnea, it is the respiratory rate that is lower than the normal for the age. Next one is the hypercapnia. Hypercapnia is the buildup of carbon dioxide on your bloodstream. It affects people who have chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. Hypoxia. Hypoxia is the condition in which the body or a region of the body is deprived of adequate oxygen supplied at the tissue level. Next one is the hypoxia, may be classified into generalized affecting the whole body or local affecting the region of the body. The hypoxia is divided into two types. First one is the generalized affecting the whole body, and the localized, it will affect only regions of the body. Till now we have discussed about the respiratory system, upper respiratory system and the lower respiratory system. Organs involved in the respiration, inspiration, expiration, muscles involved in respiration, and the functions of the respiratory system, exchange of gases, pulmonary ventilation, and abnormal breathing pattern.